present and therefore the future.
The future of the group is in doubt.
And they play enemy music!
The future of the group is in doubt.
ヒップホップは徐々にローアーマンハッタンに浸透し、子どもたちはストリートで踊り稼ぐようになり、プロモーターは彼らをクラブへ出演させるようになった。それまで地元での演奏のみに満足していたバンバータ初のダウンタウン公演は、マルコム・マクラレンがバウアウアウのリッツ公演の前座に彼とロックステディクルーを起用した時だった。ローアーマンハッタンにあるロキシーで毎週趣向を凝らしたヒップホップショーを仕組み、またヒップホップアーティストを初めてヨーロッパへ連れて行くなど、このサブカルチャーに魅せられた一人のイギリス人女性プロモーターがいた。
First tour, I think it was in 81, and it was a tour of it was break dancers, rappers, graffiti artists and DJs. I mean, there was like 19, 20 people on that tour. DST was on the tour, Bambata, Jazzy J, the Rocksteady Crew, Fab Five Freddy, Ramalzi, a lot of people. It was like, you know, first time out of the country, so for them it was like seeing different cultures and seeing how other people live, and just being also really inspired that other people could get into what they were doing, which they just thought was something which was so natural for them to do in America as a form of fun for them. To actually see people, you know, in other countries actually getting into it and being able to relate to it was really like amazing, I think, to them. And they realised that they could take it further. You know, it wasn't just something they could just do, you know, at the weekend at their mate's house or on a street corner with a bunch of break dancers.
3000人収容を誇るオードバンボールルームもヒップホップショーの重要な公演場所の一つだった。
This spot, one of the first spots in Manhattan where there were a lot of hip-hop shows in the early days, and all these guys used to play here, Bam and Hollywood and Flash, you know. So, I mean, not only was this like the place where Malcolm X was assassinated, but it was also like one of the birthplaces of hip-hop. At the time, you couldn't buy records. You might have been able to buy tapes off the streets and people were selling them. At the time, if you wanted to hear rap music, you couldn't go to Madison Square Garden or go to some big arena. You had to come to places like this, you know?
60年代の人権活動家マルコム X とその死でイスラム国家を築いたエリア・モハメッドに影響を受けたイスラム教徒のバンバータは、アフリカ民族主義の色濃い組織ズールーネーションを作った。古代アフリカ史やアフリカ系アメリカ人の歴史を勉強し、アフリカの民族衣装やアクセサリーを身につけることを奨励することにより、若い黒人のプライドと自尊心を復活させようとしたのだ。
I mean, Zulu Nation was there from the start, you know what I'm saying? Bam was up in the Bronx, and the Zulu Nation was like, Bam was down with gangs. Bam wanted to break off from the gangs and have peace because he got tired of seeing his brothers getting shot, niggas going to the hospital, you know, he got tired of all that, you know what I'm saying? Zulu Nation, which started off as a gang, but you know, it was supposed to be a peaceful gang, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was supposed to be there in unity, and like the Zulu Nation is not just rappers or MCs, it's just a lot of brothers who's down with peace, who want to, you know, see unity within, you know, black people and stuff, and that's how BAM started.
アイスティー、アイスキューブ、KRS-One やパブリックエナミーによる特に政治的、性的に赤裸々なラップはメディア、音楽業界、そして警察などの社会規制の手によって細かくチェックされている。それは明らかにラップの歌詞の持ち得る危険性とその音楽形態がストリートバイオレンスに結びつく直接の要因と見られているからである。
This is for the rap concert. This level of security usual. Yeah, all kinds. Yeah, not just because of being rap or label.
この夜もパブリックエナミーのコンサートに多数の警官が動員されていた。
And that's the fear of the real Black Planet I think Chuck D should be referring to. It's the aesthetics that they're afraid of. I mean, no one's really afraid black folks are going to run America tomorrow. Nobody who's not paranoid and crazy thinks that we're going to wake up and be running the country. Either that or in a massive dream state, you know. But I mean, what they're really afraid of is the fact that white kids are obsessed and get so much pleasure from black aesthetics. And they have since rock and roll and before, jazz, all the same. And they're terrified of that because then you begin to have an affinity. You can't other somebody that easily if you love their background. You can't turn them into evil outsiders if you're dying to go where they are. The Zulu Nation was a central force in hip-hop. Africa Bambaataa started it as a way, I think, to redirect certain kinds of energies. I mean, I think he saw a population of frustrated but unrealized frustration. Zulu Nation and Bambaataa became a place for that, a cultural place for that, a place to look at the past, to maybe think about the present. And I think it was a central thing in hip-hop, but I also think hip-hop was fundamentally about play. It was about having a good time. I mean, we can't underestimate the significance of fun. The only reason Public Enemy works is because you can have a good time. The worst rap in the world is political diatribe without either a slamming backbeat, you know, a funky riff, or a Flavor Flav vibe. It doesn't work.
Because of that, now I get my teeth. So here's a song to the storm about the shake of the state, and a smile went along with that. Get trusted. Now watch your step, boy. Get trusted. Watch your step, boy. Get trusted. On the step, boy. Get trusted. We ain't playing, boy. Get trusted. That's right, boy. We the man. Get trusted. We the man. You just business. Get trusted. Know what I'm saying? Get trusted. Hey, yo, Chuck, tell 'em. Get trusted. Fucking enemy. Get trusted.
When you talk about a mass gathering of the black youth and also the white youth, and they come together when they usually don't come together, you're going to have something spill over the sides. Because usually nobody gives a damn about the kids anyway. Yo, I get a home cooked meal tonight, man. Yo, man, you don't know. What? Man, let me tell you now.
Here come the drums. All right. Yeah. All right. Here come the drums. All right. Yeah. All right.
As I became older and more into the musical vibe, I recognize this world networking potential. Africa Bambaataa and a lot of the artists at Africa Islam, a lot of the artists from the 80s traveled to many places, and they took that vibe with them. And that vibe was still kept in those areas and thrust upon and planted and fermented and grown in their, respective areas. So each one of the places that we visited had that Zulu Nation vibe that we can very much just link ourselves into. And those that come even after us, It's just a vibe of brotherhood, It doesn't really separate color, or anything. What it is one belief that everybody is just on an equal plane and should be right to each other.